So I truly believe that productivity in motherhood is a lie outside of self-care. There is no way that you can be productive if you're dehydrated, if you're not fed, if you're not taking care of your mental health, if you don't take time to spend in the word, if you're not spending time with your partner. These are things to me that are vital for having a productive home, for having a home that functions and that flows and that works well, is that you as the mom are taking care of yourself. I was saying to my friends that there is no way that we would treat our children how we treat ourselves. There's no way that we'd go all day without giving them water, that we wouldn't feed them, that we wouldn't give them enough rest at night and allow them to sleep and still expect them to function and still expect them to be at their best and to do the best that they can do. So I just think that why do we do that to ourselves? Why do we pretty much neglect ourselves and expect that we can be thebomb.com and be amazing? Now, when I talk about mommy self-care, I'm not talking about getting your hair done, getting your nails did, you know, back massages and all these things. Now, for some, those things are important. Those things are how they take care of themselves. But for me, more so, I'm talking about just the basic necessities that we as moms are not getting. And so in today's video, I'm going to walk you through the 10 things that I do on a daily basis that honestly, I think every mom should be doing. And they're not revolutionary things. It's things like eating. It's things like drinking, things like that. They're not revolutionary things, but I'm going to show you how I incorporate them in my day in order to make sure that I am intentional about taking care of myself. Because to be honest, I put myself last all the time.
Now, the first mommy self-care thing that I do is a mom morning routine. Now, I have a whole video going over my mom morning routine and why I do it the way that I do it and the different things that are included. And I will link that up above. But for me, a mom morning routine is a non-negotiable. It changes my day around. My second must is breakfast. Now, I don't eat like a meal with the kids. I actually just have a protein shake because it's still a little too early for me to eat. But I love this protein shake. It doesn't taste like vitamins, and it's 3 simple steps: almond milk, 2 scoops of protein, shake it up, and I'm ready to go. Now, right after breakfast and the kids' morning routine, we all work together to deep clean one room in the house. Everybody gets simple tasks and many hands make light work, and we usually are done in about 15-20 minutes. Mommy self-care tip number 3, ladies, is our water intake. We as mamas are running around so dehydrated, and it is so important for us to maintain our water intake. So definitely get yourself a cup with a straw and set some reminders on your phone and drink your water. Now, today's video is a collaboration with my friend Anna over at Just Making It Work. So definitely check out her video after this. She is filled with productivity tips. Check out her channel and subscribe. Let her know that you came from Wendy's channel. Everything will be linked in the description. Mommy self-care tip number 4. Now, I know this should not be a mommy self-care tip, right? We should all be eating every single day. But how often do we just feed our babies and just eat the snacks off of the table or whatever scraps is left on their plate? Mama, I have become so much more intentional about making myself a lunch as I make the kiddos a lunch as well. Now, this lunch will be the same lunch as my last day in the live lunch. And it's not because we eat the same thing every day, but it is because we eat the same thing once a week. And I film my day in the lives on Wednesday. And Wednesday is tuna, pita, and apples. Guys, I got to keep it simple so that I can keep it productive. So, but when I make my little ones their lunch, I also am extra mindful nowadays. I didn't always used to be that way, but I am now extra mindful of making myself something to eat as well. And of course, my liquid IV energy. So good. Mommy self-care tip number 5 is a good mom book. I just find that reading a good mom book in the afternoon after I put my little ones down really just refreshes me and just gets me energized. And make sure you subscribe because I've got a video coming out next week talking all about my go-to mom books. Now, a good old-fashioned nap. Self-care tip number 6. Yes, love a good old-fashioned nap. And sometimes I'm by myself and sometimes I'm joined by one of my oldest. But an afternoon nap just really, really, really gets me ready for that evening rush. Next thing I do is jump on Marco Polo and chat with my friends. It is by far one of my favorite self-care things that I do. Next mommy self-care tip is work, passions. What are you passionate about? What drives you? Make time for those things on a weekly, daily basis. So for me, it's working on Plan, Prep, Pray, my business, and pouring into you mamas, and finding time for that on a daily basis is a must for me. Hubby comes and takes the kids for 2 hours, 3 out of 5 days of the week, so that I can find time to get stuff done. Mommy self-care tip number 8 is to have an evening routine, a way to unwind and just get rid of all the stresses of the day. One thing that I do is I take off my makeup and I just do a whole face routine to just really feel good. You know, I used to be the one that sleeps with all my makeup on. I still do some days, but the time that I take to just really wash my face, take off my makeup, and just unwind just makes me feel a little pampered throughout the day. One of the most important self-care things that I do is spend time with my hubs on a nightly basis. And yes, I like to irritate him and he loves it. Can't you tell? Yeah. We're currently watching The Office together and it's so funny. We are loving it. Let me know in the comments, have you watched The Office and what do you think? One mommy self-care area that I find that a lot of mamas, including myself, lack is going to bed at a decent hour. I find that journaling before bed really helps me to calm my mind enough so that I can go to bed early. So definitely recommend going to bed early. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this video informative, and until next time, bye.